That's well said, and it's not only is it well said, but it's very true to your actions. The reason why I say that is because how I even met you was through a mutual friend, right? I met you through a mutual friend, and then what's even crazier is that whole dynamic wasn't as as easy to network and facilitate as it usually is.
Yeah.
But we still were able to accomplish very big and cool things.
Look at God.
You know what I'm saying? So,
yeah.
so what I'm, the reason why, and I can attest to that, which is why I mentioned it. I can attest to that. Now, tell the folks, because I still want to keep this in somewhat of a sequence, and then I also want to carry on your responses within. Mm-hmm. Now, you touched on Bubbly, and you touched on, most importantly, the Gorilla Brew.
Mm-hmm.
Now, before we actually, get to breaking down both, can you get me to how you got to Bubbly and created the hip hop hub, the insane hip hop hub that it is now today? Like, how in the world did that happen? A kid from Kansas sliding down to Texas, and then out on the limb coming down to Oklahoma, and then creating what we see now at Bubbly, where there is talent on top of talent, contestants on top of contestants going out there fighting for the crown and rapping their asses off.
Yeah.
How did we get there?
Man, I don't know if you have enough tape for all that. What I will say, first off, shout out to Bubbly. Shout out to Chief Peace. Shout out to Fresh, Original Flow, Joey Sativa, Adlib, Willis Lusk Jr. Shout out to those guys, because so much of the attention goes to me, but in the end it goes back to what I said with the elements, and including everybody with the there's a couple of other things that I've heard of in Oklahoma City that came and went, but that thing that's there at Bubbly is truly inclusive. I call it Switzerland, because no matter who you are in this city, you're a civilian when you walk in there. And it's not to say we look down on anybody, but it's like you're gonna be judged by your stripes when you come in there. You're gonna have an opportunity to do your thing, and then we're gonna judge you by that. Mm-hmm. It's not gonna be, my name is Whoopty Whoop, fall before me. No, Whoopty Whoop is gonna have to show us that he or she is Whoopty Whoop, and then if that's the case, we're gonna follow suit. Bars. So with that said, man, shout out to my DJ Triple Eight, who actually put me on, man. I when I came out here, I was doing the nonprofit thing. I tried to kind of get into hip hop out here, but long story short, it didn't work out. The things that I thought were going to be when I got here were not as inclusive. And I kind of stepped back at the scene and said, if that's what that's about, it may be time for me to do some things differently. I don't know if I'm about that, and that's no knock or diss or anything. Looking back, there's a lot that I didn't know back then that I know now that may have changed things, but I feel like the universe works, the way it wants to work, and we still got here. But I took about a decade, man, just here in the city, meeting people, living life, working jobs, and met DJ Triple Eight. We've been friends. We've been best friends for a long time. And I started seeing these flyers that he's dropping online. And he is not a hip-hop DJ. He's an international DJ. He could spin hip-hop music. He could spin Asian music. He could spin anything. This guy's been around all around the world.
Shout out to Triple Eight.
Yeah, so I'm seeing him on hip-hop shows. I'm like, what the hell is this? You know what I'm saying? And I call him. I'm like, bro, what is this? First of all, these flyers are trash. Why are you on these weak flyers? What kind of hip-hop bamboozlement is this? And I've never been there. And honest to God, had never even heard of hookah before. Like, what's a hookah bar? And he said, man, you need to come check this out. Because, you know, Heart of Hip Hop had already existed. It was those guys I named before, and Triple Eight was the DJ, Willis Lush Jr. was the host. And he came in, you know, he called me, and this is common knowledge, you know what I'm saying? It's one of those stories that gets twisted and turned, but I'm going to give you the gospel. You know, he literally was like, yo, you need to come check these dudes out. You know, I think that you would be a great addition to what they got going on here. And I'm like, man, I ain't even really in that space right now. You know, my engineer won't give me my tracks. You know, I think he's going to put a diss track out on me, whatever. You know, and so I finally made my way out there, and it was so dope. I remember watching Fresh do his thing for the first time and just being in awe that I didn't know who this cat was and had never experienced her. I remember watching the hippie kid, Chief Peace, do his thing for the first time and just being like, man, those are such good vibes. Everything about that is organic and real. I remember Joey Sativa, just, you know, I dubbed him the young lion, the first line I ever met him, because I was like, that kid is hungry. That guy right there is special. And this is before I would get relationships with them and, you know who they are, seeing Original Flow do his thing with the band live, and it sounded good, and the band wasn't overpowering, and I was just like, where have y'all been? Because at that time in my life, man, I was focused on being a father, being a husband, and a businessman. But that's, if you're a hip hop head and that's all you do, you know, it's like Batman hanging the cowl up. You know what I'm saying? Like, what is Batman without the cowl? He's boring. And my life had become boring. I was depressed, and I was so thankful to find something that resembled what I called home. You know, that guy in the suit and tie, that's foreign to me. You know, t-shirt, jeans, Adidas shell toes. That's what I need. And so, man, I kept coming back, man. It was a good situation. And, you know, situations would have it that the hosting situation will fall into my lap, man, and I took that with great honor, you know, and man, you know, Chief was there, the right place, the right time with Shaq. That thing blew up all over the place, but really there's something special about Hubbly Bubbly. There's something special about that group of guys, you know, and I've been told that I add something special to the sauce, you know, whatever that is. I'm thankful, you know, to the man above for that. You know, but that's how we got there, man. It all really comes back to Triple Eight and him once again through relationships, like we said earlier, seeing it, having an eye for it, and going, I know what this needs. This is great, but I know what we need to do to take it to the next level. And he saw it, he identified it, and it all came to pass, just as he said he would. So shout out to him, man.
Yeah, shout out to that guy, man. Good kid.
Yeah.